Thank you. So, good morning, everyone, again. And thank you so much to ET Auto for giving me this stage to present what we believe in a subject, right? Road safety as a subject that we believe a lot, and as a company, we promote it a lot. And today, I'm going to talk about reactive versus proactive emergency assistance. And the future of autonomous is not just technology alone. Myself, Vimal Singh, the founder and CEO of ReadyAssist. We are a 24/7 roadside assistance and doorstep repairs and services provided across every nook and corner of India. So before we get into the topic, I think it is important to understand what do I mean by an emergency here, right? So do you know that road safety is not really equal to safety on roads? How many of you believe that road safety is not equal to safety on roads? Why do I say this is also proven by some of the stats that you would see in the next slide, right? We generally associate road safety to road accidents. And that is not the only cause for the safety issues that we see on the road. I think those stats in the coming slides will give you a clarity why do we say that road safety is not equal to just safety on roads. Some of these stats, right? India stands at number 1 when it comes to road accidents. And we contribute 11% of the total road accidents that happens in the world. Close to 4 lakh road accidents that happens in the country every year, in which more than 1 lakh people, 1,53,000 people die in these road accidents every year. And in which close to 3,38,000 people get injured in a road accident. What does it mean is also, every 3 minutes, one person gets killed in the country due to a road accident, which means one among us, the person who is with us in the morning, who starts from the home, doesn't return back to the home in every 3 minutes in India, right? This is why we naturally always connect road safety to road accidents. But we also wanted to show you some numbers which makes us understand that road safety is not just road accidents. We need safety across the road when we travel. And this is a number which tells you that there are 14,000 highway robberies which happened in the same period in the country. Not only that, a doctor in Hyderabad got brutally raped and killed around 9 p.m. in the night, and mainly because of a reason which is related to automobile. Her vehicle got broke down at night while she was returning from the work. She got a flat tire, and she did not find a support which can really make her move, right? And another rape case which shook the whole nation, which is in Delhi, which also happened on the same road that we commute every day, right? And there is another incident where a man dies out of heart attack while driving, right? This is also the reason why we say road safety is not equal to safety on roads. We are not just focusing on only accidents as a safety, but everything that happens on the road when we travel. Not only this, to also add to this, we have certain data points that from our own business for the last 6 months, we have attended more than 160,000 breakdown in the last 6 months across the country, right? In which around 3% contributes to accident, right? And if you look at 30% of such requesters that we got is during the night. And top 8 cities in the country contributed to 43% of the overall breakdown that happened in the last 6 months with us, right? The support that we provided, 57% came from rest of the India. And this is another very surprising fact. If you look at the volume of two-wheelers in our country is substantially or predominantly higher comparing to the four-wheelers or the car. But if you look at, we have close to 48% breakdown that comes from a car, right? And 52% from two-wheeler. And interestingly, 8% of all these breakdown supports are requested by lone female drivers. And if you look at female accompanying family or female accompanying a ride, this would go to probably 40% for us. And in all the breakdowns that we provided, 11% or equal to 11% is towing or recovery service due to an accident or a vehicle which cannot be mobilized. Rest 89% is repair on the spot, where we could go mobilize a vehicle on the spot and let the customer continue their travel. right? This is what we term it as an emergency situation where a customer could not continue his travel, an emergency situation where we meet with an accident, an emergency situation where we meet a personal threat to our life, or an emergency situation where there is a medical assistance required immediately. And what kind of assistance or a solution we have when we go through such kind of emergency situations in the market today? These are the various assistance we know. We can either shout for a help, somebody from the local would come for our help if we are lucky enough, if the time of the day is good, and if they have really a solution to offer us. Or we can also call for a medical assistance, and if there is a personal threat, there is a threat to somebody's life, we can also get support from the police, dial 100, you get a police assistance, or you could also call your family and friends, where you could get a support organized through them, or you can also reach out to a company like us, which is a 24/7 assistance companies, which provide support to OEMs, insurance companies, and general public in the society. All these companies, all these mode of channels of support can only start their action from the time you make your first call as a customer, right? All this support can activate only after you make your first call, right? And let's see how typically the first call works. As a customer, you can reach out to any of this assistance company through a toll-free number, or you have a 24/7 hotline number, or you have apps, websites where you can book a service, or you can interact through chatbots or email or SMS. Through some way, you can reach out to one of these assistance company, right? The moment the company gets a request, they start distributing it to the support ecosystem, which could be a mechanic, which could be a recovery truck or a towing truck, or it could be a medical assistance team, or it could be a message related to your friends or family, which you could do otherwise. The medical assistance in many of the assistance company are not so strong today, but you would largely get mechanics, recovery, right, message relay. ReadyAssist is also one of such roadside assistance company, right, with 8,000 plus mechanics in the country, which covers almost 19,000 pin codes in every nook and corner of the country. We have more than 1,200 towing trucks today in the nation. We have more than 5,000 touch points of medical assistance to provide a customer a support when you are in a need. And also we have a robust technology which can immediately distribute or relay the emergency message to your family or friends when you are at a trouble. And all this is done through a deep, highly connected technology which entirely automates our back-end operation and system. The moment the request comes, it is fully automated. And not only that, the customer can also track the service request from start to end. I have been seeing a lot of debate on the topic of transparency and predictability here. I think this is one thing which can be beautifully solved with the help of a technology, right? What we have is also a technology which helps you to track end-to-end where your service is, where the support team is actually coming, how long does it take the support team to reach you, what kind of preparedness you have to be ready when you meet with such kind of situations or incidents, right? But even after all of this, even after all this automation, fully automated, fully tech-connected, having all this support system enabled across the country and which we have been doing for the last 5-7 years, we are still very reactive. The support starts from the time you approach us, right? That's when it starts. Now, let's see, are we really in a situation to react or to approach for a support when we meet with one of such incidents, right? Let's say, are we in a situation, are we in a mode of peace to request support to somebody when we meet with an accident, right? What makes sure that we are really not injured when we meet with an accident, that you have enough time to call somebody? What makes sure that you have lost your consciousness when you met with an accident so that you are unconscious to call somebody for help? Not only that, right? Not only just the accident, right? Let's say I wake up in the morning with an important meeting at 9 o'clock to attend or 9:30 to attend. I realize my battery is totally down. Now I need to wait for another 30 minutes to get a jump start, right? We are already late to the work. Are we prepared to handle that situation? Or are we still staying reactive there? What about at a very unfortunate situation like that, your mobile gives up, or your battery gives up, your network gives up, whatever, something like that, this happens. You are not able to reach out. And moreover, India being a very vast country with different language, different ethnicity, different culture being followed, the chances of local tuffle is very, very easy when you meet with an accident. Are you really safeguarded yourself? When you travel from, let me say, when you travel from the north towards the south where you don't even understand probably the south language, are you really prepared enough to handle a situation where you meet with an accident with the local community, right? This is what we say, are we really prepared enough to be reactive at all times? And this is why we say it is very important to have a very, very proactive emergency assistance built in the country, right? The same network where we are fully automated, but how do we make it proactive? This is just a thought process. We are also working very, very strongly towards making things very proactive, though we have a system fully automated, integrated with a vast network of service availability across the country, but the proactiveness doesn't start just by us, right? I think certain things which are required to be very proactive for facilitating such emergency services, one is auto-activating support during accidents. It is very much possible through technology. The existing technologies of OEMs itself can be tuned with a combination of solution like ours to make it a very, very proactive auto-activating situation when an accident occurs. Automatic lineup of mechanics, the similar way. By early morning, 4 o'clock, if I can run a batch and figure it out which all battery is below 8 volts, I know you are not going to start your car, and you definitely need by 9 o'clock somebody to jump start your car. It is very easy to predict. It is not something which is a rocket science which cannot be built. The system already does. Today, I would claim that every car is a metal-wrapped supercomputer. It has all the processing that it can do. So I think it's very, very easy to automatically line up mechanics if you move into that thought process of proactiveness. One push, distress call or request. Why such a costly vehicle or equipment doesn't have a button for me to trigger a one push automatic emergency assistance required? So the incident which I showed, a man who had a heart attack and lost his life in the car, very, very surprisingly or unfortunately, he parked the car for 15 minutes and he was not capable of taking a phone, dialing somebody to request for a service. Probably if there was a button, he would have just pressed and somebody would have arrived in 15 minutes to kind of make him supported or save him, right? And then we can also build something which is like a triangulate support when it is needed. For example, there are run flat tires. You know every run flat tire can go 80 kilometers to 140 kilometers basis on the tire, right? I can also triangulate the moment a flat tire happens. The moment you reach the 80 kilometer, I can make a support arrive at the exact location, right? This is also possible through all the technology and the network that is available with a system like ours. And this is something by which we think we can definitely bring proactiveness towards emergency assistance, right? But naturally, bringing proactiveness also naturally means bringing autonomous, right? Making things work automatically before even I ask for it. But the question is, can technology alone can bring this autonomous or not? I would strongly say no. The reason is today also, as a company, we have all the technology, you can name it, right? Which can help my entire support ecosystem beautifully work, fully automated. But why are we still not able to achieve this autonomous? Because to achieve autonomous, there are certain elements which are very, very important. One, a reliable network. Of course, just a technology is not going to help in bringing a very, very reliable autonomous solution, right? So you also need a very reliable network which will help you dispatch a support in a shorter span of time wherever you are. And we as a company, like I told, we have 8,000 plus mechanics across the country network. And we have 1,200 plus recovery trucks, 5,000 plus touch points of medical assistance across the country. Not only this, you also need technology adaptation. Building a technology today is, again, like I keep mentioning, it's not a big rocket science. I myself come from a software architecturing background, and building a software for me is just like any other job. So building a large technology or a beautiful technology is not key to the success, but adaptation of this, making people use this technology, making the network use this technology, making the OEMs adapt this technology, making the dealers adapt this technology. I think this is what is very, very important to make sure that this autonomous, this proactiveness is completely brought in and very effective. We have more than 85% of our workforce across the country which is fully adapted to technology. And not only this, we also need a lot of reskilling and upskilling. This is also one key element to bring a fully autonomous or a very, very proactive emergency assistance. When I say that, we need skilled service providers across the country in various models or kind of vehicles that we deal with. For example, today we have skilled more than 3,000 mechanics in the EV skill who are already an IC mechanics. We'll predominantly work with ICE mechanics, and today we have started an activity where we continue to reskill, upskill these mechanics in EV skills. Not only this, we also create new skills. We go to ITA colleges, we go to diploma colleges, we continue to upskill them or newly create the skill in terms of EV and other IC related vehicles. And not just that, it is also important that we create a lot of awareness. Does it mean when the lady doctor in Hyderabad met with that very unfortunate situation, does that mean there was no support available? How many of you sitting here knows that midnight 2 a.m. if you're in Leh and Ladakh, there is a company like us who can come and help you? Right? Many people are not even aware of such situations or such solutions available in the market. So it is also equally important that we know or we create awareness towards such solution which can also bring pure autonomous or a proactive solution to all of this. So by this, I would conclude my presentation on what do I mean by reactive versus proactive emergency assistance, and why do I say the autonomous is not just only technology. And it would feel very not right for me to quickly present about our company after doing all of this. So I'll take 2 minutes to quickly talk about what we are. We are a technology-backed ISO 27001 certified emergency assistance and a vehicle lifecycle management company. We have our presence across 19,000 pin codes in the country with 500 plus team members passionate enough to solve an emergency assistance as a problem. We have more than 300 workshops, which are franchisee-owned, franchisee-operated, company-controlled workshops. These are two-wheeler workshops at the moment, and these are multi-brand workshops. We have 8,000 plus network of mechanics across the country. And we offer, these are some of the verticals that we offer. We offer roadside assistance, on-demand based, subscription based, largely subscription based. We provide top tier 1 cities on-demand support in terms of flat tire, battery jump start, accidents, minor repairs, anything that you name it where your vehicle is immobilized. Right? We also have these workshops through which we provide certain major minor repairs for two-wheelers, which is a multi-brand repairs. And we also provide annual maintenance contracts to certain EV OEMs today. Interestingly, there are 416 registered EV OEMs in the country today. Not everybody we may be aware of, probably the top 8 to 10 names we may be knowing. But there are companies who sell 1,000, 2,000 vehicles a month. And today, building a OEM, EV OEM especially, has become a very, very commodity activity. I can have a 40,000 square feet office, and if at all I have an ability to assemble certain components, I'm able to bring up a OEM in the name of a OEM. But getting a service available across every nook and corner of the country is a huge cost and a nightmare to build. And these OEMs are supported by our annual maintenance contracts, where we provide a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year end-to-end support, which starts from 30-minute support anywhere in the country if you meet a breakdown, 2-hour support, anything in your doorstep if you want an inspection, if you want a periodic service maintenance, and walk into any of my workshops where you get all the major repair, warranty claim services done, right? And we also do today, because of the ability that we have across 19,000 pin codes, and we have the skilled manpower available across these locations, we also provide fitting and assembling of automobile components or accessories that a customer buy from an e-com website or from a company. What it means is you can buy an accessory from any of the e-com that you like at the discount that you get, and we can come to your doorstep and fix it at your convenience at your doorstep. This is also something we do. We are an exclusive partner for 2 of the large e-com companies in the country. And we also do a major work in telematics installation and rectification and removal. We do new installations to telematic devices. So a lot of OEMs earlier days, and even today, there are a lot of OEMs which includes commercial, non-commercial, aftermarket products, are getting installed to vehicle after the vehicle is being sold. And we do such kind of fitting. We do rectification of such telematics if there is a problem, and we also do removal in case the purpose of the telematics is done. And all this is managed through our internal tech system, which we call it as Galaxy, and we also call it as a super app. So everything that we do today is fully powered by our internal tech system, and it's a fully automated solution that we internally run. And by this, thank you so much. And this is a statement we wanted to say very strongly, that your safety is always our priority. Thank you. Any questions, please?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Singh, for such a comprehensive presentation. If there are any questions, I would definitely, I think it can be taken personally with Mr. Singh, because we are running short of time. Okay, it's a quick question, I believe. Okay, we can take that question. Yeah. There is a question.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Just one. You said proactive. It's a very appealing word. So can you share some numbers where you have near misses which you have saved because of this proactive? Thank you.
Thank you. I would say, as a country, we haven't come anywhere close to proactiveness to a larger extent. But if you ask me, is there incidents where we have done life-saving assistance? Yes, a lot, including one incident which happened in Tamil Nadu, where there was an accident and the vehicle was floating inside a river. And for almost 15 minutes, close to 15 minutes, there was no support and there were people inside. Such kind of incidents. Not only that, let me also put a very simple incident that happened in Tamil Nadu. Again, there was a car which was broke down and was parked on the road, highway, and there was a state corporation bus which came from behind and rammed over the bus. And all the 6 people in the family died, right, unfortunately. We could have probably saved their life if somebody was really little proactive to call us, or a company like us, to get the vehicle mobilized at that point of time, either by towing or mobilizing by repairing it. Now, there is an interesting fight which happened, right? The car filed a case against the bus state transport corporation to give the insurance. The state transport corporation filed a case in turn against NHI, saying that within 2 hours, legally, a vehicle has to be removed from the highway if it is broke down, which the highway failed to do it. So I could give you a lot of evidence. I could give you a lot of situations like this where we have been in a very, very life-saving situation or a solution.